Hello ladies and gents, I am Anadiffin and welcome back to From the Depths, Ashes of the Empire Community Edition. In this episode I would like to try and get a lot of resources in order to spawn in several new fleets of forces. That is one from Adnecrius, Monk Lizard and Richard Dastardly. Each of those players have provided me with an absolutely wonderful number of designs, which I would like to showcase all of them. Though, because of the sheer number, I would like to be. I could actually form an entire combat force on their own merit, which is cool. But in order to do that, I need several 100,000 material. Regardless, let's just have a look at the designs we'll be using today, or in addition to the others. So we have the Conqueror by Depth Astator, which is a plane. I haven't had a plane for a little while, so it'll be quite useful, and I just smash it. Right then, let us see how it takes on a Sand Viper. Seems to have decent-ish turning. Fairly erratic movement, which will prevent it from being immediately destroyed. Did not seem to want to fire then. Looks like it has spin-blocked missiles, which is always useful. Makes it look more aesthetically pleasing, and also reduces the drag, because the gantries have a ridiculous amount of drag. Nice. Nice simple missiles. Seem to take a little while to fire, but that can be quite often the case with this one-on-one combat. Against the group of things, it should be okay. Does fly nicely, so I'll be looking forward to seeing how that goes. Next we have a laser-heavy fighter. It's also a fairly fast design. Lasers on this sort of craft haven't normally been that good, so interesting to see how well this faces off. Let's send it against the Scrapworks. Okay, maybe the Scrapworks was not a good idea. It has lambs, which is, I think, a first for out these forces. So low rate of fire laser, probably more useful as an interceptor rather than against ground targets. So just able to shoot down things. Yeah, I think actually destroy enemy vehicles and then load in a Gotha, because I think it will do better as an interceptor rather than ground combat. Oh yeah! Yep, it is definitely much better as an interceptor. Wow. That was an incredible shot there. Just went straight through the APS, detonating the entire thing along with the ammo. I think I can quite like this thing. Particularly because the Gothas have been irritated me in the past, just due to how annoying they can be to destroy, being a flying target and all. Next up, we do have one design for Monk Lizard, the Ummah. A standard looking tank design. Looks like it might have a few too many treads though in order for it to work, as the limit is 20. That looks more than 20 to me. Let's hopefully it can still move. Very nice design though. Good aesthetic on their designs. Quite like this little gun at the top. I wonder if that actually rotates separately. Yes, it does. Oh, it's on spin blocks and that's 2-axis. Oh, yes. The twin gun there and the main cannon as well. Let's see how well it faces off against. Ooh, what should I send this against? That's Sand Raider. Got a nice little cannon, it seems. Decent accuracy, particularly against this very fast target. So the fact that it's falling slightly behind, I'm not too worried about. Has been mostly disabled, but it has got a chunk of the Gotha landed on top of it, which won't be helping things. An explosive shell. Nice. And it's having a little bit of difficulty manoeuvring on those tank treads. You can see they keep stopping. Another fairly standard sort of tank. Probably won't stand out a mile ahead of everything else, but it's just a good all-round tank, which I do need a good number of just to fill out the forces. It's the main battle tank. And we also have the light tank by Richard Dastardly. Let's actually spawn it in at ground level. It says spaced armor at the side there. Uses an autoloader for slits. Put another cannon there. These simple cannons have had a massive increase due to the buff they had in 2.0, as well as their aesthetic increase as well. So what appears to be emulation of tow missiles, using laser guided there, and a rapid fire Gatling gun on the top. Let's see what bullets they are. Yeah, whatever. Let's find out. Doesn't get the Sand Viper. So it's got shielding. And well, the missiles do the damage anyway. Ah, fragmentation rounds. The shielding. I don't think I have any tanks with shielding on so far. Or no, I've had the shields invisible. I can actually do that, so I might do that. I'll leave it on for the moment, so let's see how they're going. What it actually has shielding, but as you can see, the shielding effects I have on with BM effect mods does make them a little bit awkward to see. Again, nothing particularly special about this tank. Very nice aesthetic to it though. Bit more of a top-heavy design, but the spaced armor is pretty cool. I do like that. And very nice layering of the blocks on the top. Gives a lot more definition in just a handful of blocks, because there is a problem with tanks. Because of their small size, trying to get actual layering and detail is very difficult. So it is very impressive that being able to get actual depth within the details there. Cool. Let's hope they'll do well in the campaign. Okay, so I'm with my prime force at the moment. I'll actually just spawn in the new vehicles. Link them all together and repair them. Merge them together into one fleet. Annoyingly, the new designs landed at the bottom of the force. Okay, so I accidentally began a battle there. It's got a Tremor and a Gotha. Excellent, the new vehicles have arrived at the top. So we've got a light tank, a laser fighter, and all that are together. Brilliant. So we've got everything basically as far forward as it can go, but unfortunately the forces are really far back, so it's going to be a bit of a pain in order to do this. What we have is spawned in. So we have the packing heat and the 4 new vehicles facing off against the Gotha. So the missiles are fired there. Straight away, they'll run out of fuel before they reach their mark. The laser fighter going in. Coming in for the dive, but it actually misses the Gotha this time. The Gotha firing its munitions at ground vehicles. The tank's being unfazed by that, with the laser coming down and smacking it at the rear, ripping off an entire wing there. Nicely done. Putting it into a death spiral, it seems. The tank's having a very hard time to get any traction on it. Lasers once more, tearing through the primary hull there, making it fall out the sky. Which means the tanks will actually have a good bead on it. Ignore salvage. It's drifting a bit on its wheels because if it's not having full traction. And a bit of jolt there as the tremor spawns in. 24k at the moment. I need to at least get 124 before I start creating an entire new force. The lasers shooting the copperheads. It's taking a right beating from the APS of the tremor. I'm not actually going to go and I was thinking about trying to capture it, but I might actually leave it at this moment. Just firing up the crown cannons. Oh, the little guy's been too damaged. Mostly because of that laser interceptor, but also the tanks doing their work. As I said, the tanks, I wasn't expecting them to be absolutely shining. Whoa, big hit from packing heat, misses. Shame. The tanks there, oh, nasty hit on the Haluma, but it is still functional. That's what I do like about these. This is general all-purpose main battle tanks. They take a lot of hits, they do a lot of damage. That one there is doing incredibly well. Took a big cram barrage. Oh, as it looks like it's lost its main gun. Yep. Took one too many missiles to the top there. The tremor itself is still fighting. Cram cannon bombardment. Heading towards, I believe, the packing heat. And land's really worryingly close. The rest of the designs are spawning miles away. And slowly but surely, the tremor is being destroyed. So there's 4 functional guns. Let's jump on the Haluma, just try and repair it. Yep, I am actually now repairing it, which is good. Might be able to get that functional again. Shots being fired towards the light tank. They hit nearby, knock off some of its blocks, but it is still fully operational. It is now taking out some of the copperheads, which it does so with gusto. The Haluma now has a rather tiny little gun, as the gauge creases haven't been repaired yet. That said, it still managed to hit its target. I believe this is the last copperhead as the tremor just despawned. And battle finished. Let's pull all. So the demolition gear was destroyed, probably. That's what it does. It does demolition, destroys things. Otherwise, that was very successful, I felt. So there's a fortress here. Is that an infinite resource zone, though? No, it isn't. There's a lot in reserve, though. Let's move and take out the defenders. Pirate there. It's probably only battling that as well. Right, let us begin the fight against the defenders of this new tile. Okay, so we've got everything set up. We've got the packing heat right at the front. I'm hoping that its first bombardment will actually do a significant amount of damage. Let's begin the battle then. So the battle begins with only a handful of designs. May actually increase the battle limit. The packing heat fired its barrage, and the tremor has fired its. The tremor is moving backwards because of that recoil, so I believe the packing heat is going to miss. I was wrong. It did not miss. It took out the entire 4 of the craft and part of the internals. An incredible strike by the packing heat. Well, that is what I wanted it to do. I just wasn't expecting it to do it. Okay, the packing heat was just launched into the sky as its APS was detonated, which is weird because that's direct feed, pretty non-volatile. Laser plane has been shot down, which is not good. Laser heavy fighter, let's jump on board. Look, it's taken a tiny bit of damage and has been disabled. So its tank is moving in, but still doesn't seem to be firing. Yeah, is it? The combat is in combat mode. I just don't know why it's not fighting. Odd. Ooh, that probably why, because it just got hit 2 shots with a cram in its underbelly. A little bit cocky there. I spawned everything right nearby the Tremor, hoping that close range would do it good. But unfortunately, because the Tremor's armed with cram cannons, I should have just done it at long range. See if we can't capture this though. Break through that, and then smack through the back door while being shot at. Captured it though. And the repair tentacles are repairing the rest of my forces for me. Excellent. There's a couple of copperheads remaining. Packing heat is just tanking damage like it does, but has lost a ton of its barrels once more. It seems unfazed. Everything goes in to attack the new fortress. The fortress trying to aim at the fighter, which has just ground itself into dust. Ow. I can keep taking even more hits, but surviving admirably as always. What's going on around here? Lumen's being repaired. Ah, and the packing heat just fired. I'm sorry, I missed that. It didn't do much damage. I suppose it is actually heat rounds. Mullet missiles striking the side there. Explosive and fragmentation rounds doing an okay amount of damage. Cram cannons of that turret just do not know what to fire at. Goodness me, just break already. Thought this would be nice and simple, so I didn't even bother trying to capture it. It is now 2 damaged. Nice strike there, just as it was disintegrated though, and what we got here? It's like Tremor Mark II. Let's jump off this. Try and see if we can't capture this. Ah, well, my material has now gone down. So it's 24k before this battle. Where is the AI? Not much of it left, but if I can capture this, it would be a lot of resources. AI. Where are you, mainframes? Oh, darn it, fell through it. Ouch. Well, it's 2 damaged now, so it doesn't actually matter anymore. I think that's now just a couple of copperheads remaining. I think that was a copperhead. There's to be a copperhead over here as well. Yep. Which disintegrated. Nice little battle. I'm a bit annoyed that I didn't manage to capture that vehicle, because if I had captured it, I would basically have all the material required to build another force, which would have been, which is exactly what I was trying to do. Regardless, now I do have a new resource zone. Let's send the new land rig over to here. There, and then I have a little land rig. It should start mining as soon as it's ready. Take over a couple more tiles. Let's add on this tile to our trophies, eh? Well, where is forces? Defense forces. Need to wait. No, I don't want to send those in. I want to send these guys in. And that's quite a way off. But I'm trying to take them on before I lose everything. So let's just move everything to the fore and go from here. Spawn all the land in. Let's begin the battle. Ah, so the fighter has run out of fuel. Resources, let's quickly lob on some. There we go. So that's the fuel sorted out, and I actually just need to get all of these guys in the same resource group. Let's just go back to the battle rather than messing around with the resources. So the laser fighter is just tearing through all the copperheads. The other fighter is not doing very well. It seems like grinding into the ground. Probably do a lot better in sea. It's probably set to fly quite low, and the ground here is around about 50 meters up, which is a bit of a problem. When it does hit though, its missiles do a significant amount of damage. Ooh, APS chain detonation at the fore there. Packing heat nowhere near its mark. And 2 little tanks moving forwards. Packing heat now hits the front, but not much to detonate because it's already been detonated. Tram cannon turns worryingly fast with that very large spinner on there. Some more hits there, but not breaking any of the internal components. Well, it looks like it may have taken out some of the AI, which is good. Tram cannon's just not able to take out those flying targets, which is great. Lasers of which are taking out all the low flyers, or copperheads. Lots of little bits of damage, but not much being destroyed. I say as it's disabled. It is now 2 damaged. Excellent. Let's pull all and get those things repaired back up. Okay, so this force is moving quite quickly now, and should be able to take out this group of Scrapworks. Right then. Let's have this force get ready to take out the Scrapworks. Again, we're taking on the packing heat. Let's just go down, get rid of the packing heat, try Benny Blade. I haven't seen the Benny Blade this episode. Quite like the little guy. In fact, I'm going to be put the Benny Blade in with my favourites, along with the Sneer and that little Tunguska. I think the demo gear though is a little bit risky with the force I have, so keep it for this battle, but then after this I will get rid of the demo gear. You know, it's probably one of my favourite designs. Just does so without any friends, otherwise it kills them. Well, the battle has begun. Only one Scrapworks. Benny Blade is getting its shots in straight away. The lasers from the heavy fighter coming down. As the Benny Blade is done that, let's get rid of the visible shield. Close. There you go. Visible shield's off. Don't have that weird blurry effect. Good solid hit from the Benny Blade. Very powerful weapons, and then the laser's also doing a little bit nice bit of damage as well when targets get that little bit too close. Scrapworks didn't stand a chance, and this one's right next to the Benny Blade. Benny Blade makes a quick retreat, but its Demolisher Cannon fires and detonates the whole rear of the Scrapworks. And that fighter seems to have nosedived. Conqueror. You got fuel? Yeah. The light tank getting right in the thick of things. It's doing very well. It hasn't taken much damage at all, despite being in the thick of it. And the design has taken more damage, and mainly because it hasn't got shields. I'm very impressed, considering it hasn't got any shields, how well it is surviving. Whoa, huge explosion there. That's basically the entire thing chain detonates. Again, this tank just doing nothing. I think I might retire this. I think the version I have must be bugged or something, because it's acting very weirdly. So, demolition gear. I love you, but you will have to, unfortunately, be scrapped. And along with the Echosaurus, something is wrong on my end, I think, on that version. As I said before, I did kind of grab some of Taurus' designs before they were ready. In fact, there has been one design, this here Mark IV. Now let's just go pull that up. So let's quickly save the game, pull it in the designer. So this is the Mark III, one of my favourite designs. Very good little plane, very erratic movement, and has good weapon systems, which has been able to which kept me alive through the initial stages of the campaign. Taurus then sent me the next version, the Mark IV. Very similar sort of design, though its missiles are angled. Very interesting how this works. Send it against the Scrapworks. Okay, that's a cool deployment of missiles. And they move straight in and strike solidly there. Very, very fast erratic movement. Let's say she's brought them both in to compare. So as far as array, these come in much more devastatingly accurately, it seems. The Mark IV seems a lot faster. And they're rotating there, because the flower spread from the other one does mean that one often misses. This rotating movement, pretty much every single missile from the Mark IV has hit. It's going to be incredibly useful in the campaign. So really looking forward to deploying that. There we go. Let's load in the Mark IV. Let's merge the fleets. And then you. Also resources, put you in a resource group as well. And pull all. So the Mark IV will be ready shortly, it seems. So the white flares have barricaded their lands to the side of me there. What we got? We got Gothas, Cobra, all of that stuff. Let's intercept. And Benny Blade, let us get going. Let's begin the battle. And I forgot to line everything up. Hopefully not too much crashes, because I didn't actually set them to height. So they're kind of spawning alright at ground level. Okay, not too bad at all. Packing Heat is attempting to fire at planes. New air forces go through and completely annihilate the Gotha. Nicely done there. With the design moving in on the Sand Vipers. But basic light tanks, the main battle tanks, are able to take it on without too much of an issue. As it is a very light tank, and these others are quite sturdy, despite being called light. Next, Gotha has spawned in. It's taken a few hits so far, but is dealing damage towards the Packing Heat. Ooh. That little missile drone has been destroyed, but is so close to the Packing Heat that the Packing Heat repairs it without too much of an issue. The Gotha itself, though, engine has been destroyed, so it is now falling out of the sky. Big hit by the missile there, breaking off most components of the Raider, and there it is, completely destroyed. It's just waiting for the final Gotha to spawn in. It's currently at 100%. And there it is. Some existing missiles head towards it. Firing towards the Packing Heat, but the lasers of that heavy fighter interceptor completely tear it apart. Need to make sure that thing stays fueled, though it is crashing, and it basically rips itself apart in that impact, doing very minimal damage to the Gotha. Impressive. The impact just wrecked through the entire thing there. Well, that's one way to refuel it, I guess. Completely rebuild it from the ground up. Minin is also probably not so needed now I've got these other flying designs, but I'll keep it around, as I do think it is very erratic movement. It makes it very, very difficult to be destroyed. Okay, got another attack force here. Take that one down, I've got 84k. Still a far cry from where I'd like to be. Oh, the enemy tremor is in the water. If I spawn on this, and then just make everything else just spread out. Okay, let's begin the battle, and I'm going to just try and capture this myself. There we go. On the water. Breaking through almost immediately. There we go, mine. Let's try and destroy all these little guys. Laser's doing a good little job against them. Where's the ammo box in these guys? I was trying to shoot a grenade at them. There we go. And I just killed myself. Fantastic! I can't see much underwater now. Focusing help with sinking. And we're finished. Excellent. So let's just scrap you. 72k. Basically doubled the amount of resources I have. I wonder who I should spawn in first. Let's spawn an entire design. Have a multi-fronted war.
Moving out.
Excellent. 163k. That is excellent. So, I'll end the episode there while I think about who I would like to build the next fleet of. So, thank you very much for watching this episode of From the Depths, Ashes of the Empire Community Edition with myself and Diffin. If you did enjoy the episode, please leave a like and or comment below, as it is always great to hear from you lot. Also, be sure to check out the rest of the content on my channel and pop by the Discord for a more direct chat. Otherwise, that's it for me for now, and I shall see you next time. But until then, I'm out. Goodbye!